So she has the back of her hair, it comes out on two sides. She also has the bangs. She also has the bandana. That'll probably be its own layer. For the bangs, might help to have the bangs as two sets of layers, and then the hair, the back of the hair, could be one or two. Let's try the back of the hair first. So, drawing, and call it hair back. Okay. Then when it's down, I didn't really draw it, but let's extend that exposure. And it puffs out. It should probably settle after it's puffed out. So I could either block out all the hair and then do the strands on a separate layer, or as like a second draft on top of it, or do it with the strands and hope for the best. We'll see. It might be all right with the strands. If it doesn't look right, then we'll remove the strands and just block out the hair and then do the strands separately. Now she's launching back. Okay, then actually that hair might be better off happening maybe here. And then maybe settling after that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let's do this part first. This part will probably be a little bit easier. Because hair's not going to react as much. Let's take off the gestures. We got the frame where she looks like she's staring into the abyss, as you do. Okay, I'm just going to shorten the onion skin for the prior frame so we don't see multiple prior frames. That's an easy way for there to be mistakes during your in-betweens. Okay, so now that she's got a bald spot on the top of her head, that's just because she doesn't have her bangs or top of the head detail. Okay. And then here we have the hair settling back into place. I'm going to try doing this straight ahead. See how well this works out. Okay. Okay. The pause in the beginning is so long before she reacts. Let's shrink this down a little bit. And see what this looks like if we maybe put these on 2s at the end. 5, and extend this exposure. Okay. Now that looks better. Okay, let's do the bangs. Drawing bangs. L. So when doing something that would separate into two parts, so left bangs, left hand, left arm, left leg, right leg, you could choose if you want to make that left as in stage left or R left and right. I tend to go with my left and right, so if I was the character, what would be my left or right? So Bangs L would be on the right side because it would be her left. But there's no right or wrong answer to that. It just depends on what is consistent for you and what's easy if you were to open the file and look at it, what would register to you the quickest and be easiest to keep track of. If you are working on a project with other animators and they're going to be manipulating the same file, then you'll want to make sure that you're all on the same page with the naming convention regardless of what it is. But in this case, there's nobody else who's going to be touching this file. I'm going to name it based on my left and my right. So, or her left and her right as if I were her. What would be her left and right? So I'm going to do bangs L, bangs R. Okay, so okay. The other bangs. Okay, so we have the start. Maybe let's get rid of that line. That line creates a tangent with the side of her head. That might work okay. Okay, so just simplifying that a little bit and see if that looks all right by the end. Okay. So this, I may have to straight ahead a little bit. Let's take out the gestures because she's dipping her head down quite a bit here. I may need to do an in-between of her body here. It's because her neck would have some kind of reaction. Okay, now her neck is at least reacting to her head lowering. Okay, so for the bangs. Okay, so we'll try doing this straight ahead. And this might take more than one shot. That looks too blocky. That's too much. Okay. Let's see if her right side bangs are going to disappear, but let's see how the left side looks. Maybe it's too high. Not sure if her bangs are showing enough reaction. So if you're ever not sure, it's like, oh, well, this might be alright, but it might not work so well. We can always make a new version. So I'm going to do bangs L2 and try it a second time. So I do like the starting here. And I like the ending here. So let's try another draft. I'm going to try making it a little bit more dramatic this time. I'll add her hairline there. Oh, that's too much change. Okay. Have it fluff out. Okay, that might be too many strands turning into too little strands. But we'll see if the flow is a little better. Okay, let's make the first one disappear. Okay, I like the motion of that one a lot better. It is a little bit too much of a change between this pose and this pose, though. And let's bring these frames a little further back. And F5. Oh, what? Oh, the reason why it's telling me how much I want to extend the exposure instead of automatically extending it to the end is because head does extend that far already. So let's go to the other frames. And F5. Okay. So now, let's do the same with the other bangs. Oh, let's extend onion skinning. Okay, that's too much change. This is going to be too much change, I think. Okay. There we go. And now she just has her bandana. I'm going to get rid of bangs 1, the first bangs L. And I'll just rename this one to bangs L on its own. Okay. Let's turn off the key poses. Okay. And then she jumps up. Okay, so I'm letting it overshoot and settle a little bit. We'll see if that works out. The bandana doesn't really have much. I mean, it's made of cloth. But I don't know if it's really necessary to give it an overshoot, but we'll see. That looks okay. Yeah, it gives a little bounce. I just had to kind of go over a little early and then settle back. And there we go. That is animating a take.